Most people know I've sent a lot of videos to Governor Ron DeSantis saying he's doing a lot of good stuff, but he has yet to do what I've been pushing him for over a year to do, and that is to decree, along with the Attorney General, Ashley Moody of Florida, that all places of public accommodation shall adhere to federal civil rights, because places of public accommodation cannot require you to be vaccinated nor to wear a face diaper. They can't do that without violating your federal civil rights. They can't do it, period. It's a choice. Mike Singer with thebigvirushoax.com. I'm just sitting here in a unique spot. Let me turn the camera around. Pause it. I'm sitting here, and as you can see, these trees on this particular beach, that's Key Biscayne over there, all those buildings, and the Miami Seaquarium is right over there. You can probably see the Gold Dome. And these trees, and you see how they have, that's the bridge leading back to Miami over there. So I'm on Virginia Key, which is the key right before you get to Key Biscayne. And this road here behind me, I was an ocean lifeguard on the beach. And I'm just taking this video right now for posterity, you know, just to record it, because I happened to come here with Lucky Dog. Lucky Dog, hey buddy. Just happened to come here right now. Focus in on Lucky, camera. Looks like it's all blurry for some reason, I don't know why. But I'm sitting here with Lucky Dog, playing some guitar here. I was just working on a couple Journey tunes. And I'm reminiscing, because what I'm reminiscing, first thing I started reminiscing about is, you see that buoy out there? And then how the buoys go down so far. And if you can see way out there, there's a guy swimming with an orange buoy. Well, when I was an ocean lifeguard on the other side of that key, in a beach called Crandon Park Beach, back in 93 to 98, for 5 years I was an ocean lifeguard over there, and I was in great shape, always doing triathlons, running, swimming, eating right. It was great. And I would come over here just to train, and let me take a quick walk. This is the first thing I was thinking about, because I was just reminiscing on that. Come on, boo-boo. Whoop. Take a little walk over here, buddy. So I would actually come over here, and I would go down to the first buoy, which you can't hardly see. There's a person there and a buoy behind them, but then there's another buoy down there, and then there's even another buoy way down at about where the bridge is. I would get in the water there and swim out to the buoy, and then I would swim to each buoy. I swam all the way along to every one of these buoys, all the way down to the last one, and then I would get out of the water and then run all the way back, put my shoes on, and then run back 4 miles to Crandon Park Beach. So I would actually run over here with my goggles and my Speedos, shorts and sneakers, about a 4 mile run to get here. Run down there, I'd jump in the water, I'd swim all the way down this whole area, get out at the last one way down there, and then run along the beach back to where I started, put my shoes on, and then run back to the beach. And I'd probably actually, several times I would go ahead and run up over that bridge and run back again just to get that extra run in. So that was the good times of my life. I was about 30 years old. I was 27 when I started on the beach. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 27 to 31, 32 years old. But so I was just sitting here reminiscing that. I remembered that, and those were good times. That was just a lot of fun back in the beach days. And of course, I was talking about this road here. This road didn't exist. This beach, we used to call it Hobie Beach. And you could actually, it was just dirt. Like, in fact, they put all this grass in here, and they put those palm trees in. There might have been a couple palm trees, but they put the road in, they put the parking. It wasn't here back then. It was just all dirt. It was just like this all the way out. And actually, there was a little paved, single lane kind of concrete road that barely 2 cars could get by. Maybe it was a 2-lane road, and on the other side of it was dirt. So none of the parking bricks or nothing. It was just like a 2-lane road that ran all the way through here. And you could pull your car right off the road, right up to the water. And there would be back then, I mean, I'll just say it for posterity, you know, you could pull up and there'd be just super, super hot, beautiful, sexy women in tongas back in the 90s, man, laying out all over this beach. Happened to have the fortune of meeting a few back in the day. It was fun. But I was also reminiscing that you see these trees are very old. You can see that's an old tree. And I specifically remember, and this is the only spot on this beach where these mangrove trees are. And you could see they're very, very old trees, very big and very large. And it's the only place on the beach where they exist. And I remember as a child coming here in 1970 with my mom when I was 5 years old. I'm 56 now. So that was 51 years ago. I remember coming here where the biggest of the trees were. My mom would park in here. Again, none of these rocks were here. And even some of the stones that looked natural, that was all covered in sand because there's been a lot of erosion here. So there was more beach sand that probably went out to about where the water is. It was just, all sand. And then this part that looks like the water erodes was a little further out. So a lot of erosion. But they put, a lot of these stones in here and some other trees, but none of that was here back even when I was working here in the 90s. But this tree, these big ones here, they were here back in the 70s, and it was about in this area. I remember my mom parking here, and we were hanging out by these trees. I can remember that all the way back in the 70s. And I was playing in the sand, and I remember that I had back then, there was a Evel Knievel motorcycle I had, and I lost it in the sand. It like got buried or something, or I buried it and forgot where it was. And of course it's long gone now. It would be interesting if it wouldn't be buried because it's been too much erosion here. It's probably already got picked up as trash, but it would have been an all rusted out piece of metal and plastic, I guess, when it did get picked up. Who knows when, in the 80s or 90s or 2000s. But anyway, I thought I'd reminisce that too. So I'm sitting here, with Lucky Dog and, making some music just for fun. Come here, buddy. Come here, bud. And I just thought I would document that for posterity's sake. So I'm kind of sitting here now at 56 playing my guitar with Lucky Dog, where I was at 5 years of age in 1970 playing around in this sand when it wasn't quite as eroded. And again, there was just a lot more beautiful women in G-strings. They weren't fat, they didn't have tattoos all over their bodies, and they were super hot back in the 80s and 90s all over these beaches. I thought I'd document that for posterity too. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come over here, Bubs. How you doing, ladies? Come here, bud. All right, buddy, ready for some music again? All right, that's my posterity memory for fun. Here at what do you call it? Key Biscayne. We used to call even this, we'd call it Hobie Beach, is what it was called. But it's just not what it was. Used to be great. How you doing, buddy? Miami-Dade's finest. I hope to be your sheriff in a couple years.
Okay.
I got a lot of people want me to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously we're putting a sheriff in again finally, right? What's that?
Are you running?
A lot of people have asked me to, and that comes down to money, right? In theory, if I had the money, I would put signs all over Dade County with my name. Elect Michael Van Scoik as the sheriff. I was born and raised here. I know this town, and I'm all about constitutional rights, the Bill of Rights, not stripping people of their liberties and freedoms. As the sheriff, it's an absolute fact that I would uphold people's right to choose in places of public accommodation as well. I would pass fines unto businesses that tried to not allow people in because they're not wearing a face diaper or they're not vaccinated. No, you can't do that because under federal civil rights, you cannot discriminate.
So far, whatever you said, you're getting my vote.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, if it happens, man, somebody sees this video,
Yeah.
and
far, whatever you say,
yeah.
I don't know anything about you, but
Yeah.
whatever you say, we agree.
Well, I'm all about honesty and integrity, and I'm anti-corporation corruption.
Uphold the Constitution, man.
Yep.
You gotta bring the Constitution back as it was intended to be.
That's right, brother. That's right.
The original intent.
That's right.
Not all these misinterpretation, 1,000 people misinterpreting things
That's exactly right.
living Constitution.
And I would be honored and privileged if I could be the guy that the people of Miami-Dade County voted into that position.
Well, but you sound.
Oh, I'm sincere.
You sound very credible. You should run.
Again, it becomes a financial issue. You know, I don't have the financial ability. It's a shame that finances have to do with, you know, being able to run in politics, you know.
But thank you for being a good citizen.
Sure thing, brother. All right. Good to meet you. Have a good day. All right. So there's one of the Miami-Dade's finest police officers, who I always salute. So let me turn the camera around again. Confirm it's me, Michael Van Scoik, AKA Mike Singer. Mike Singer's my nom de plume, my pen name that everybody knows me as on the stage when I do music. And the children's music book that I wrote, Grandstaff and His Musical Friends, I used that pen name, Mike Singer. So it's my official pen name, nom de plume. But yeah, that would be great. You know, there was talk about from quite a few people wanting me to run for sheriff for Miami-Dade County. And if I could get elected into that position, absolutely, that would be my entire ambition, is to uphold people's constitutional rights, federal civil rights, Bill of Rights, people's God-given sovereignty, free will to choose. Which, by the way, Ron DeSantis needs to get this message too, because as most people know, I've sent a lot of videos to Governor Ron DeSantis saying he's doing a lot of good stuff, but he has yet to do what I've been pushing him for over a year to do, and that is to decree, along with the Attorney General, Ashley Moody of Florida, that all places of public accommodation shall adhere to federal civil rights, because places of public accommodation cannot require you to be vaccinated nor to wear a face diaper. They can't do that without violating your federal civil rights. They can't do it, period. It's a choice. So Governor Ron DeSantis is right for taking a stand on people's choice, but he's not doing much if he doesn't order all places of public accommodation to adhere to federal civil rights in the state of Florida. Because otherwise he's saying, oh yeah, you've got your right, it's your choice, but then people go out and they try to go into a school or go into a store or go into a public building and they're denied access in violation of their federal civil rights. So Ron, come on baby, step up to the plate and sign that executive order we've, you know, asked you repeatedly over the last several months to sign. You know, we're behind you, and so far so good. We're hoping you're not going to turn where, you know, a few months from now people are like, what the hell, what the fuck, what happened to Ron, man? He was on our side, now he's you know, signing mandates where people need to get vaccinated or whatever. I don't believe he's going to do that, but we've seen so many politicians turn, right? They turn. One day they're saying one thing, the next day they're saying something else. That's something I would never do, unto my own death if need be. I'm not going to be bought out, I'm not going to be bribed, I'm not going to be scared or shamed or feared into doing anything that's not right and righteous. So yeah, that's that. So I guess there it is. That's the ultimate documentation here of Mike back at his place of trompling around when he was 5 in 1970, and in the 1990s when I was an ocean lifeguard on the beach, running and swimming all around here, checking out all the beautiful ladies at the time. Now I'm happily married with a very pretty, beautiful, sexy wife. So, you know, when I meet beautiful ladies now, it's just to be friendly and, you know, be nice and, you know, be congenial and be just a nice guy, friendly person, but no flirting intended. I don't have a need or desire for that anymore, fortunately. But that's a whole other topic we could get into, because boy, did I ever back in the day when I was on the beach. It was hard not to. The women it was a different reality back then. Again, you know, there's been so much obesity that has occurred in the last 2 decades since the 90s, going on the 3rd decade now. There's been just a constant increase in obesity in men and women, a constant increase in you know, graffiti on the body, people inking up their bodies and stuff, increases in smoking and vaping and excessive alcohol. So people were definitely much healthier. People were living, you know, healthier, more natural, normal lives in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. It's all turned to shit for sure. But hey, as the sheriff of Miami-Dade County, I will uphold your God-given inalienable rights of sovereignty, self-determination, dignity, liberty, and freedoms, which are not given to you by the United States Constitution, Bill of Rights, and federal civil rights. They are protected. Your rights are protected by the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and federal civil rights. And that's what I will uphold. I hope I do get elected as a sheriff. That would be awesome. It'll require some kind of a miracle, but God can pull miracles. All right. Flip this around, give you one more view of the area here. All right, there it is. There it is. A little spot where I used to sit in 1975 years old. In fact, just for the record, I remember my dad, pretty close to that seawall over there by the Seaquarium, pushing me around on a raft. My dad came here with us once. I was about 4 or 5 or 6, and I was on a raft. And not that's a board, but I was on a raft, inflatable raft, and he was running and pushing me around in the water down there. So anyway, there's some memories and some reminiscing. Lucky dog digging out a little hole and getting all comfy in the sand. Hey, buddy. Lucky dog. Lucky dog. Hey, buddy. Look here, buddy. Love you. All right. Nice being here again. Nice to see this cool area. All right, later.